Very good day everybody. I would like to welcome you to another video of Microsoft Troubleshoot Simulator, also known as Microsoft Crash Simulator. Some people might refer to it as Microsoft Flight Simulator Simulator. In any case, I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. And as you can see, we're standing parked here at the general aviation parking, covered in all in snow. Look, there is Frequency. It's Chat and it's funky. You know, Chat is cat in French. I found this out. Welcome, man. It's very nice of you to come and hang out. Hope you are going to enjoy. We have a short little, well, not really short, it's actually going to be short. On the route time is about 1 hour and 30 minutes, I believe. It's a little flight from, I forget where are we now. Yes, we're at the Shoshone County airport in Kellogg in the United States of America. We'll be flying to Seattle. I'll go over the flight plan momentarily, and you can have some idea of what it is we're going to do. And we're cruising at an altitude of 12,000 feet, and we're using real-world weather and real-world time. And as you can see, the beautiful airplane that we're using today, it is the PMDG DC-6, and we're using the Pan American World Airways livery. That is I know, right? It's a beautiful DC-6. I'm totally in love with this sucker. And I love the livery, and there's lots of liveries. I believe I downloaded this one from the flightsim.to website. I must admit, I'm a little bit ignorant sometimes. I forget who is the name of the person who created this livery, but it is available there. It is for free. I believe actually I got this from there, or it comes with the installer perhaps for this. Now I'm actually I'm not really sure, but you can check it out. There's definitely some nice liveries on the flightsim.to website for all kinds of planes, and also for the PMDG DC-6. And yeah, so you can see the real world time of weather. So there's a bit of snow happening here. Now with regards to the runway, this should be about yeah, this should be long enough. This should be long enough for us to take off. But we will have to take note of the mountains in the area, because we will definitely be needing to outclimb them. This is not obviously the fastest airplane, so we should definitely take caution that we do not crash into the mountains there. Start mountain hugging. You know, that's very bad for your health. So that is something that we need to take into consideration. So here are in the cockpit. Then it seems it's a little bit on the sort of a laggy side. Let me see if maybe I can close a couple of windows on my system. Might help free up a little bit resources. But yeah, well, let's see how it's going to go. The previous stream I did earlier today, the sim just crashed. Well, not crashed, it just froze up. So let's hope this time it will be better. I will show you the flight plan momentarily. Oh, and in case we do get to experience another Microsoft Crash Simulator, then at least we're prepared, and we have a nice little message displaying while I'm I don't know, restarting the simulator or whatever. But in this case, let's hope we do not have to use it. So without further ado, not even a single one, let's just go to the flights or to the SkyVector website, and here you can see basically what is going to be our flight. We're going to fly VOR only. So here you are standing at the Shoshone County airport, and we'll be taking off to a heading of 284 degrees for about 29 nautical miles, and we'll be flying towards this VOR here. We have all the names right here. They're also in the description of the video. So Charles Careco, you got ska, you know, like ska music, etc. So that's going to be the plan. You tried to see him after the latest update, had no problems so far. Okay, well, fingers crossed, man. So we'll be flying to this VOR, and basically we'll choose this one here, I believe, and yes, hopefully we can just connect the entire flight using VOR navigation, that we are certain that we know where we are, and finally we will reach Seattle. The en route flight time expected is about 1 hour 34 minutes, so let's just get this thing going, and we will need to get back here later before we take off, and we will have to put in the frequency here, 108.8, for the Coeur d'Alene VOR, which will be our first VOR. So now let's just get going. So let's get rid of this screen here. There you go. And yeah, so frequency, maybe next time. I asked him maybe he'd like to come and join in the flight. If it is possible for him, he will do so. But no, all in good time, you know. So he's already coming to just hang out a little bit and have a look. And you know, if later you feel like, hey man, you know what, I'm just going to do it anyway. You know, you're always welcome. So yeah, so let's just get this thing started now. So let's get back into the flight deck here. And as I said earlier on a previous video, this type of aircraft is usually operated by 3 pilots, basically two pilots and like a pilot, flying pilot monitoring, and then there is the flight engineer. So in this case there will be the artificial flight engineer who will be doing a lot of work for us, so we can just focus on flying the aircraft. It definitely feels a little bit sluggish, so hopefully it will be better once we get airborne. So let's ask the flight engineer to start doing the before start checklist.
Completed. Voice recorder. Tasted. Oil coolers and cow flaps. Auto and position. Fuel and fluids. Checked. Pressurization. Set. Manifold and duct pressure. Checked. Radios. Checked. Doors and hatches. Closed. Door warning lights. Out. Gear pins. Removed. 3 on board. Seat belts and pedals. Adjusted. Throttles. Set to idle. Propellers. Forward and 3. Before start checks complete. Start engines.
Okay, so the before start checklist has been completed, so we can now go ahead and start the engines. What we will do is, oh, they got this ready for us yet now. Okay, so the spark is there, the engine selector is there, the fuel pump is pumping. So basically we press the starter button, they will start counting the rotation of the blades. Let's see what it is. Probably a little late now. Oh, can we still make it? Let's have a look. Oh, that was just in time. Does it keep on turning? Oh, looks like it is. It looks like it is. Okay, so that's good. So basically, what you do with this aircraft, you start from the inboard engine then to the outboard. First you start on the right side, then the left side, so you do 3, 4, 2, 1. So we select engine number 4, and we provide the sparks, and the fuel pump, and obviously the mixture as well. So that's all set. She's running. Oh yes. So yeah, so the rotation of the blades it gets a little interesting. So the engineer starts counting the rotation of the blades. So I believe like this guy's just looking, eyeballing out of the window or whatever, just counting the rotations. And then after 9 rotations or so, you press the prime button there, and then at around 12 you will. Let me get a clearer picture. My apologies for the poor camera work. You press the prime button there, and then the boost, and then it should start running. So we got engine number 4, fuel pump is selected. That should be it.
3, 6, 9.
So we do the prime
12.
and the boost. There you go. And it's running as well. It looks like it keeps on running too, which is always good. You can also check here, of course. You can see this one is engine 1, 2, 3 and 4. So engine 3 and 4, they got fuel pressure, they got oil pressure, they got oil temperature, which is slowly rising. Number 3 was the first one that we started, so the temperature is already a little bit higher than the number 4, which we just started now, and so forth. So we got this covered, man. So let's get this one up as well, and then we continue the ride. So there's the spark. Vortex frequency is saying the 9 rotations have something to do with disturbing oil in the cylinders before introducing fuel. Oh man, that is such technical talk. I just have no choice but to assume what you're saying there. It sounds all logical to me, but which says a lot about my technical knowledge of a piston engine. So we got the engine number 2 selected. It's got the spark. It's got the fuel. We should be able to see actually if there's a fuel pressure. It's already there because we believe it's actually coming from the mixture right there. Distributing. Oh, okay, so it's like the notation has something to do with the distributing. Oh yes, okay, like that. I think I didn't even notice. See, oh, there's engine number 2. Do we need anything else? No, so we go ahead and start it. In the meantime, I will roll a startup rolling cigarette. We might have been a little too late, but from the sound of it, it's fine. That's pretty good. So that's running as well. So we go to engine selector number 1. And we just wait until these click back into their original position. And we'll make sure the fuel booster pump is working. Engine number 1 is selected. We give it a little spark. And let's get the mixture to full reach, and we start the whole cycle again.
3, 6, 9.
And 9, we do the prime button, and then we do the boost, and it should start running now. Okay, so it would appear that we have 4 running engines. There you go. Man, this plane is loud. It is definitely a loud airplane. But it's a beautiful piece of engineering, and I don't know, it just looks cool. I don't know what they did in those years, but they had such a good eye for the aesthetic, you know. Also, if you look at cars from around that area, They were just like, I don't know, they just looked cool. The people there when they made all these machines, they were rocking it, man. They were definitely rocking it. You're saying what? Yes, I know what you mean, man. It's so damn loud. Okay, I'll stand by 1 second, because you know, usually there's no smoking flight, but obviously Arkady is flying, so we're going to be smoking if we want to. Let's see, we got the old school GPS, or basically no GPS. That's basically what I mean, but the old radio stack, so that's what I like. It's not even that old. The original, really old one is sitting right here, and it's completely inoperative. Unfortunately, I wouldn't mind. I would actually like it, but it is not. So such is life. So let's have a look at the status now. So we got 4 running engines. We got fuel pressure and temperature, oil temperature. What is the outside temperature actually? Where was this? Somewhere here. Am I missing it? Flap free air. Oh, look at it shaking, man. Carb air, water pressure. Water pressure left of 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I thought there was a temperature gauge somewhere, wasn't there? I think I may forget. Was it maybe up here somewhere then? This is all the liquids. Okay, well, it's not too important. But I can shake it, man. Okay, so we are almost ready to go. Let's have a look at what the artificial flight engineer can do for us. We'll do the after start checklist. Okay, so the after start checklist is completed as well. So we can almost do the before takeoff, but we should now consider taxiing. Let's have a look outside. Oh my god, the noise, man. Man, it's just deafening. So let's have a look. What is the... So there was no meter, was there? Let's have a look, because we need to know which runway to take off. So let's have a look what we can see here. We could maybe, actually what's better, let's have a look at the sky vector. That might be there. To get rid of this little sucker. We have no meter for this one. That is a shame. They have no meter here. Yes, they do. So here, there it is, 260 at 5 knots. So it is fairly safe to assume that we need to take off into 260, 270. Somewhere around there. So the sky vector, thank you. We go back here. Oh, you were ready for the noise this time. Hey, that's very good. I have no clue how loud it is on the receiving end. So my sincere apologies if it is obnoxiously loud. That's obviously never very nice. Let's reduce thrust ever so slightly. So we're sitting at around 10 RPM or 1000 before the aircraft shakes itself apart. Hey, Mrs. Frequency, how are you doing? It is so nice of you to say hi. Arkady says hi back to you, and I hope you are well. I would like to wish you a happy new year, but if you do not believe in all that crap, which is perfectly fine, then I will still wish you a happy day. You know, you woke up this morning, and so be grateful, you know, and it is wished upon you, okay? So thank you very much for saying hi. So let's get back to the runway. Yes, and there goes our hearing. So let's have a look here. What is the runway heading? So we are standing right here. Yeah, so basically we'll need to pull back and then drive to the east, right there. Well, something we could easily do. So we will call the, hopefully this works, it is not going to crash the simulator. Let us see if what's going to happen now. No, we're going to move immediately. That is not what I want. So we're going to do it differently. We'll not be using this one. Now this is always a little tricky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. It's probably pilot error. Let's get rid of this little sucker. Oh, let's do it again. Oh, there's the chair. That's not the one that I mean. How do I select? There you go. Is it this one? Yes, there you go. So that is one, and we put the thrust levers on idle, and this is our reverse. And let's see if we can actually get the reverse going now. Okay, so apparently sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. This time it does. So that's good. So here we are reversing. Yeah, let's give it a little more. Let's give a little more power here to the engine. Let's see if we can do this again. That's strange. So it was reversing and now it is not. I've looked up this issue, and apparently there's something that's not always working. Well, usually I would expect pilot error. Could still be, but it might actually not be in this case. But luckily this aircraft is quite maneuverable on the ground, so let's see if we can just get it going by going forward and make a really sharp turn. Look at that, no problem at all. Okay, so we taxi at around 1000 RPM. It is fairly slow, but you know the aircraft is simply getting damage if you get any higher. I will have to pause 1 second. Telephone call from my mother. Please stand by. Okay, so my apologies, but you know, when the mother calls, the mother gets the answer. So that was a very short little phone call. So let's disengage the parking brake and maybe just get the aircraft rolling a little better, and then we switch it back. And let's also do the before takeoff checklist. So I think what I will do is we will need every inch of the runway, not every inch of that tree. Okay, that's good. I got a little flight there. We're going to turn on the landing lights momentarily. We're looking to find the button, and there I find it. And that's it. For the takeoff checklist is completed. So yeah, this plane does need a little bit to get started on the runway, so it is advisable to use every inch that you possibly can. So no pussyfooting. Let's not foot any pussy. There, this is what we'll do. We'll keep it here for now. There's one final thing that we will need to be doing. Let's put the engine to idle for now. We will need to enter the the VOR frequency for our first waypoint, which is the Cœur d'Alene, and the frequency there you can see on the sky vector is 108.8, and we will be flying a heading of 284 degrees for about 29 nautical miles, but probably the VOR is already going to kick in as soon as we take off. So let's start by putting that in, 108.8. So 108.8, this goes in the standby box, and then we swap them around, and then it's the active frequency for navigation 1 radio. And we can check now if there is a DME. It is not picking it up yet, but no problem at all. A little sip of my cola here. We reset the altimeter, and we should almost be ready. We need a heading of 285, I believe they said. Let's quickly check. 284 degrees. Okay. So it's basically a right turn. Am I correct? No, it's actually a left turn. And what is the situation up front? Well, let's see if we're going to make this, people. Let me cheat and look outside. I hope we're going to make it. We could maybe just quickly check the chart one more time before we kill ourselves and embarrass ourselves like live here on the stream. So this is where we are, and what are the altitudes? This is 5,000, 6,408. I would like to see the altitudes of this region right in front of us. Oh, this is actually, it is a right turn and not a left turn. It's because, yeah, it's a pilot error. My apologies. Yes, I'm not really sure how this is going to work out. So prepare to die. If we're going to die, it's been a huge honor. And at least, hopefully, we crash ourselves and not the Microsoft crashing the sim, because that's, you know, that gets a little old. So, I'm ready when you are. So, Artificial Flight Engineer, if you will please prepare for a dry takeoff. Parking brake is set. So they're now powering up the aircraft for us. At some stage they will demand full power. And once we reach full power, we will disengage the parking brake and we'll get going. There's the full power command. You can see shall we give the sucker a chair? Yeah, man, you just have a seat. So we should be reaching full power soon. Full power set. Gerardo. And we're rolling. We're off to visit Seattle. Takeoff speeds around 104 knots. That's around there. Let's try and stay on the runway, please. Let's take it off real easy. And keep it like this for a bit so we pick up some speed. We trim it for about 1,000 feet per minute. Try not to go over. Okay, so now the flaps are coming and you will see a significant change in the speed here. It will reach around 165 knots. Obviously, okay, we are sort of out climbing the surroundings, so that's good news. That's very good news. Arkady happy. We are climbing a little fast though, but I must admit I'm not too bothered by it. Let's have a look outside. Mind your ears. Beautiful. Beautiful, man. The snowy area. I'm loving it. The aircraft is flying beautifully. Okay, so speed still picking up. Let's monitor the rate of climb still. And we need to fly to a heading of 285 degrees, which you are sort of on now. Let's adjust it a little bit. No, actually, should we... Let's see... So our speed is going up, so we can climb at around 1,500 feet per minute now. Yes, we should go a little more to the left, I believe. And what we will do now, we monitor the heading. Once it reaches 284 degrees, there you go. Have to be really quick here. Turn on the autopilot. And it should now keep our heading. Oh, that's eyeballed quite okay. For now, that will do the job. We'll just keep on climbing. Judging by the terrain ahead of us, we're doing well. That's good. Our speed is still picking up. That is also good. So basically, we keep on climbing until 12,000 feet. Once we reach 12,000 feet, we will ask the artificial flight engineer to prepare the aircraft for the cruising stage of the flight. So let's have a look outside and check this marvel of engineering. So this is not an area where you would like to make the mistakes. So as long as everything is going good, we're happy. Good news, the DME is picking up the VOR. We're range 20.3 nautical miles. So what we will do now is, first of all, let us select the heading using the OBS. So this would mean pointing straight towards the VOR, and then we switch to localizer. And now the aircraft is going to fly the VOR. And you can see the autopilot is now turning the aircraft around so that it will intercept the correct ground track to head straight to the VOR, which is at 80.6 nautical miles. Our altitude is 8,200 feet. We're still climbing steadily, so that's also good news. It is a beautiful day, as I said, real world time and weather. So it's a winter wonderland in the United States of the America. Okay, so what's our status now? We're climbing through 9,700 feet for 10,000. Well, not for, actually, we're climbing for 12,000 feet, but we're monitoring basically what we're doing. 10,000 feet. So the aircraft is performing very well. We could have a look at the engine status. It is not necessarily a real-time status, but it is basically, or well, probably could be considered as much, but it is basically, they modeled this really nicely. If you at some stage sort of damage your engines by, by just flying, by just simply by breaking the aircraft, there is the option to repair your engines. And I've run into trouble once, and then I checked and I could see that one of the engines was needed for maintenance. Basically just click the button and it will be fine. But it's really cool that they put this in so that it actually simulates engine abuse, so that's good. I like it. So we're at 11,600. So what we'll do is we'll press the altitude hold button, which is this one right here. We should be reaching 12,000 around now. There we go, we're a little bit over, which is fine. We're at cruising altitude, so let's request the artificial flight engineer to set the aircraft configured for the cruise. And usually what they will do, I believe, they will use this button right there. You see, it will decrease the RPM and the aircraft will be a little less noisy. So let's keep on checking our location, our navigation. So we're at 9.6 nautical miles. We're still on the track, so we will check what is going to be the next VOR. So we go to the Sky Vector, and this is what I like about the Sky Vector website. By using it like this, I mean, obviously you can use the VFR map from Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can see where you are, but it is more fun. It's more realistic, So we fly to the Cordoline Pappy Boyington Field. We're about 8.5 nautical miles, I would assume. So after that we will head on to the next, which is that Spokane? Let's have a look at the flight plan. Sierra Kilo Alpha. It's this one right here, which is confusing. I believe we should maybe go for the Spokane one. This is actually the VOR, I believe. Let's see, what did I do here? Let me quickly try something. Fairchild 111.4. Okay. So which box is saying that 111.4? My ADHD brain can currently not process all this information, but we did find out what is the frequency. It is 111.4. So we'll just go ahead and put that in. Let's check our distance, range 3.9, so 111.4. We'll put it in the standby box. 111.4, it's on the standby. Not less noisy, just drones apart a different part of your spine. It's very clever. It's a very creative way of looking at it. I definitely appreciate. So 2.1 nautical miles, 2.0. So where is the VOR? It's probably here on the field. Sometimes you can see them, but we're not going to be looking for it. Let's switch over. 111.40, and do we get it? Yes, we do. And the heading should be, does it say the heading? Should be 235. So let's see if we can, well, it looks like we're going a straight line, and still 235 would be to the left. Let us, I believe you have to, yes, you have to do this, but this is not affected. Let's have a look again here. 111.40. Well, looks like it's on, but it's weird. We should be taking a left turn. Why is this one not updating? See, it's not picking up. It's picking up the DME, but it is not picking up the signal. So we will have to fly heading now. Sometimes this happens. So the heading was 235, so let's do it quickly because we're already drifting now. So heading 235, so we will switch back to the gyro pilot, and we'll do it manually. We'll do a left turn, and once we reach heading 235, we'll keep the heading. Yeah, you could see, right? Yeah, sometimes it happens. So 235 coming up, we got 24 almost, so let's move on down. And let's think that will be around here. Obviously in real life, you know, you have, well, you could maybe do it like this, like eyeball it, you get them both into the same view, but it's, with the angle it's a little hard to tell. But what did we end up getting? Well, 230, 229 maybe. For now it should be fine. But yes, it's not the best kind of VOR there. Last night you had nasty autopilot problems on the Cessna Caravan 206. No, what was the problem? It can sometimes happen. Like you can, sometimes these VORs, they, I don't know if it's actually normal that they do send out the DME, but no beacon. I mean, that would be weird. Let's have a look at the chart again, because we could maybe choose another VOR here. I think it would be best if we use the Spokane, which is 115.5. So we change the frequency to 115.5. And we activate. We check. You see the needle is moving. And that should be the heading. We got DME as well. And now we switch over to localizer. And the aircraft should now start turning straight towards the VOR. So that's good news. The heading block was completely stuck. Oh wow. Yeah, that can be nasty. Were you able to land it? Well, obviously you should have been able to land it, but what happened after that? So you were flying, the heading block was completely stuck, so you could not move it around. It can sometimes be glitch. It can also sometimes be like I had on my previous stream earlier today. I was using the G1000 GPS, and I'm not very familiar with it. And I could not change the course setting for the ILS frequency. Apparently, you had to click on the course direction indicator, I believe, or no, the OBS button to change the mode into Nav 1 mode. But and then I could change it, but then it would start flying it, so it was a little bit confusing. We had to quit and start again. Oh, and then it worked. Yeah, sometimes it sucks. It can be like that. Okay, so our speed's a little over 200 knots. Let's adjust the heading a little bit. Ever so slightly. You can see the aircraft does indeed turn. Let's have a look outside. There's an airfield here. So let's have a look at the chart and see if we can work out. Let's see, so we were here. Oh, it's probably Newman Lake. So to the right there should be two lakes. There is Elaport, that's the airport, I believe then. Or Nichols. Which one is it? So let's see, can we see two lakes on the right if we look at the right window? I'm curious. Well, I do not think I see a lake. No, sorry, Bob. No lake. Let's do the cheat view. Nope, nothing of the sort. And it was after the update. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got the update too. And then this day I crashed, the simulator crashed, or it froze actually, it did not really crash. I'm forgetting something quite important. Let's have a look at the windows. It looks fine, but I was completely forgetting to turn on the anti-icing. So quickly checking the status of the windscreen. But still, I'm quickly going to turn on all the anti-icing. Unfortunately, we did not really fly through any clouds. Once you do that, and it's cold, then you could be looking at severe ice build-up on the outer edges and everything, and on the screens. So glad I thought about this. The good news is there's hardly any clouds, so it's fine. Here there's also no ice build up at all. Okay, so where are we? We're on our way over 6.4 nautical miles. 6.2, so we should be getting ready for the next waypoint now. So we skipped the SCA and we changed it into GEG. So the next one is going to be Mike Whiskey Hotel, which is, what is it, Moses Lake. It has a DME as well, VOR and DME, so that's good. 115.0. It would be a heading of 235. 72 nautical miles. So it might be a while until we pick it up, unless it's transmitting from 75 nautical miles. So it's 115.0. So let's put that in. What you can do while you're still on the active 115.0, you put it in the nav2. 115.0, you activate it for the nav2 box, and then in your DME you select the nav2, and you see it's already picking up. The nav1 now it's really starting to move fast. We're overhead because 1.7 we're sitting at 12,000 feet, so this is not going to reach zero at all. 1 to 1.5 and at some stage going to go up, so it's safe to switch now. So we're going to switch to 115.0. 105 and decimal is the 0, and we activate. There you go, the needle moved. This is also pointing, let's see, and we may have to reset back to the localizer here. Well, this should be going well. Let's have one more look outside. And there's the moon, also nice. Always like the moon. Oh, the moon and the sun, they're trying to catch each other. You know how normally when you move the yoke, it disengages the autopilot? Oh, that even did not happen. Right, yeah, I understand. That sounds like a glitch. That definitely sounds like a glitch. Yeah, that's very observant. That makes a lot of sense what you're saying there, frequency. Okay, so we're still on the course. It's about 70 nautical miles, 65 already. There you go. Beautiful. Good stuff, good stuff. And let's be thorough and keep on going. And after this one, which is in 65 nautical miles, we'll fly a heading of 270 towards Vinacci, VOR DME as well, it's 111.0. And here we do the same thing. We can put it in the nav2. We activate it. nav2 is now actively listening to this VOR, if you will, but the autopilot is listening to nav1. But we can check to see if the nav2 DME is working, and it's not picking up any signal yet. But at least it's there. We put it in there, and we will also put it here in the standby box for the active nav radio that we are using. This is the wrong one, it's 111.0. There you go. But if you do it like this, the aircraft is following the nav1 radio stack. So if you want to monitor, you can use the nav2 radio stack, because the autopilot is not following the nav2 at the moment. And this way you do not have to switch, and you do not have to confuse the needle here. You know, you can just keep on going on your course, but then you put it just in the nav2 radio there, and every now and then you simply check to monitor here, and you check back. This is of no influence to the autopilot. You can keep this off or on, it doesn't matter. It's just showing you how far you are from your from the VOR. That's the frequency that's put in here in this box. So in real life you would have been dead. That's good to know. You're rolling an extra special weekend Siggy. Know that. Hey man, cheers. You just enjoy yourself, man. So range is 55 nautical miles. And the thing with this aircraft, when you descend, it's always a challenge for me, because you descend on your at your same speed as you're cruising. So right now what we're doing is we are flying, I think, to Moses Lake, right? Yeah, so we're flying we're flying to Moses Lake, then to the Wenatchee, and then is that, and then also already our destination. And this leg is 86 nautical mile. There is a calculation you can do, but I'm very poor at head calculation, especially while I'm talking. And you know I would like to talk. But there is I believe it's, maybe I should not embarrass myself. It's basically there's a formula to try and work out when you're descending 1,000 feet per minute, how many miles do you traverse at a given speed, and that should give you some idea of when to start your descent. Basically what we'll do at some stage, I usually just eyeball it and we start descending, and then you choose your target altitude, and once you reach your target altitude, that's when you actually start slowing down the aircraft. That's what you do with this kind of aircraft, at least. In an Airbus it's totally different. So everything is going well. So I'm happy to see that. And we got the next frequency, it's already loaded up. And you know, they do not call me the funky sim pilot for no reason. So why not get a little bit funky? So that's in-flight entertainment, real live in-flight entertainment. Well, so where am I going to put this guitar, man? It's getting way too busy with all the guitars around me. Let's see, let me catch up on some messages that I'm getting through all kinds of channels. Hey, what's happening there? What emote is that? It looks very yellow. Is it a guitar? Let me check if I can see on the YouTube. Man, my eyes are going. But it looks nice. So, what are we looking at now? So it's funny. So we got a special guest today, Frequency, and this guy gets to hear his name the whole time, you know. So he's looking at the game, and then he keeps on hearing frequency all the time, you know. It like it never ends. Like, do these people not get tired of saying one person's name the whole damn fucking time? You know what I mean? And how must he be feeling? You know, Frequency, my friend, I hope you handle it well, but I trust you do, because you're a strong man, well, at least in my opinion. It's driving me nuts. Hey, you looks like you were talking the Italian. I do not speak Italian very well. So what's the current situation? We're at 29.5 nautical miles from the next VOR. Well, everything looks fine. Let's have a look outside, see if the aircraft is still there. Yeah, so we still have an exterior. Oh, check it out, man. I'm telling you, this is one beauty. I'm in total love with this sucker. You got a good shrink, that always helps. So yeah, we've been working hard, people. Hey, look, we're down to 12,000 feet. Let's reset the altimeter, by the way. Oh, there you go. We're a little above. Yeah, so we've been working hard. We already have the next VOR frequency on in the standby box. So basically all we have to do is we wait until we reach 0 or almost 0, and we just swap it around. Well, whoops, let's not do that. Yeah, we swap it around, and then I think it's only one left VOR. So after that, the next one, I believe we should start descending. So not this one. I'm confusing myself. My apology. Well, let's have one more look at the chart here. So if I'm not mistaken, we're on our way to here. We are about, what was it, 25 nautical miles by now. So this leg is 72, so it's like a third. We should be around here, more or less. Once we reach here, it's a short leg, 38 nautical miles, until we reach the Wenatchee VOR. Once we get there, then we start considering our descent. And we have some terrain to take notice of. The highest peak in this box here is 9,800 feet. Then the highest peak will be 7,900. If we follow this line precisely, we can exactly see in detail what to expect with regards to the elevation of the terrain below us. But it's not going to pose any problems. We will need to know the elevation for the airfield. That is quite important, obviously. We could maybe, let's try, because this, what's really nice about the SkyVector website is you click on the airport. Let's see, how does this work again? You can get the charts. Yeah, there you go. You simply hover over it and this chart pops up. So let's first see what is the meter. Meter was 12 minutes ago. It is 200 at 12 knots. They have only these types of runways. So yeah, we'll land to the south, which is fine. Let's have a look. So that would probably be runway 16 center. I'm choosing ILS, but we're not going to fly ILS. 16 center, left and right. Well, I'm just going to click either one. I'm not sure if you're going to see this now. Maybe not. Yes, you are. This is not a chart that I wanted to see, actually. So, do we close it like this? Should be something like this. Looks a little better. So maybe let's get out of here. So let's get rid of this screen and we go back here, and let's also have a look at where we are. 10 nautical miles now. Okay. Let's have a look at the Navigraph charts, and we look up Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha, and we check the charts list. Taxi, airport info. There you go. So these are the runways. We're going to be using either one of these, and the elevation 429 of 415. Okay, so it's around that area. It's around 400 feet above sea level. My apologies. So yes, the airport elevation, it's around 400 feet, so that's good to know, because then we know, then we can sort of, let's say, our target altitude for our descent will be 3,500, and then we'll know we'll be at 3,000 feet above the ground, minus or plus or minus 100 feet or so. Let's see where we are now, 3.4 nautical miles. I'm quickly stepping away from the flight deck to get a soft drink. So I will be back within 2 shakes of the lamb's tail. Okay, so maybe that was a little more than 2 shakes of the lamp still, but it also depends on the lamp. But let's open it up. That's good. Let's have a look. So where are we? 1.9 or 2.0 seats. So we passed it now. So we will. All we have to do is we swap around. There you go. You see this needle is immediately reacting. That's good to see. You can see also the chubby and the thin needle here as well. They're pointing the correct direction. So this already gave away for what this is going to be set to. So we got this now. All we need to do now is simply, basically you just turn it off and turn it on again, and the aircraft will then start turning. So now we got 38 nautical miles to go. By now it's 35.3, and then once we proceed, na zdrowie, na zdrowie. It is good stuff, man. Gonna keep on talking like a moron, and I get a really dry throat. And obviously I smoke like a chimney. So 33.8, 33.7 nautical miles until we reach the Nachekla, if that was the name. I keep mispronouncing it. I'm sincerely apologizing for that. Wenatchee, it's called the Wenatchee, okay. So once we reach that point, in about 32 nautical miles, we will start preparing for our descent, and we will ask the artificial flight engineer to do the descent checks. For now we got a little bit cruising to go, so we'll keep on cruising. We will look up the final frequency. So let's go to Skywactor again. So we are now on our way to Wenatchee 111.0, and then after that it will be our destination, which is a significantly longer leg of 86 nautical miles, but definitely doable, obviously. And the OR here will be 116.80, so 116.8. And we do the entire same thing again. 116.8, we put it in the standby box for the nav1. 116.8, that is sitting there. And I will also do it here, 116.8, just because I want to, and we activate it here on the nav2. And let's see, perhaps it's already receiving the signal, who knows. Look at that, that's a strong VOR. Over 100 nautical miles, and it's already sending the DME signal. That's pretty cool. So if all else would fail, we could still reach our destination by using this VOR only. But we do not need it for now. The reason that I'm flying, let me show you. So the reason that that I actually sort of prefer to first fly to this VOR is that we at least know where we're flying. If you start deviating now, we could do it, and the line would end up looking like, I don't know, between this and this or something. There could be slight variations of what to expect. For instance, elevation. And now at least we should have quite a good idea of where we are, because we are actually flying a ground track, not a heading. So even if we're drifting in the wind, the autopilot will still try and keep us on the ground track, which would also mean that we would actually know where we are above the ground. And if we now start deviating from it, then yeah, you know, you'd have to draw the line again, and you know, it just gets messy. And who wants messy when you can get it all orderly? You know what I mean? Well, that's just my 2 cents, or maybe 7 cents by now, but yeah. So we are 22 nautical miles out, so that's good news. Okay, so the reconnection is successful. So apparently the connection got lost there for a short second. The connection got lost there for a little bit, but it looks like the stream is still healthy. So that's good. I just got a little notification from the streaming software. And it was telling us that the connection was lost for a second. And then it said, I'm trying to reconnect. And then it said, I reconnected, Arkady, I reconnected. It was really happy. It was actually dancing. It was the very first time in all my life that I could actually see a piece of program do a dance of joy. That's the very first time. I've never seen any piece of program do any kind of dance. And this time, yeah, he was getting swinging, and you know, he was getting jiggy with it. You know what I mean? It was fairly nice to see, to be able to monitor, to witness something like that. Because we're still right on the course. We're straight on the money, so that's very good. I'm happy with it. We're 15.4 nautical miles, so it's almost time to get into the character. And let me show you something else. So the chubby needle, remember, let me show you here. Remember that we put in the final VOR frequency is put in the NAV2 radio. It is in the NAV1 only in the standby box. It will be activated once we switch them, but it is activated in NAV2. And what you can see in the let me get a little less messy here. So VOR, VOR2, VOR1, VOR2. So the chubby needle, it's pointing to the direction of the VOR2 station. So yeah, so that all, you know, all these little things combined, they help in navigating and knowing where you are, getting, you know, raising some situational awareness. You know what I mean? So that stuff is kind of cool once you sort of getting the hang of it a little bit. Took me a while. I'm still not a master whatsoever at all, but it's definitely some moments like this I feel like I'm seeing a glimpse of light. So that's always nice. So we are currently 95.6 nautical miles from our destination, and 10.6 nautical miles from the last VOR before our destination. The weather conditions definitely look a little bit worse than from where we took off. So let's have also another look at the sky vector and see what the meter report is telling us. It's really small. They got, I do not know everything that's in there. Can I hover over it? 10 SM, always forget what the SM is. Scattered at 029, scattered clouds, and then broken clouds at 080. Temperature is 07 degrees, altimeter 3022. RMK, not sure what it is. Alpha 02, also not, or Alpha Oscar 2, not really sure actually. Not really sure what this all means, but so there is definitely some clouds going on there. Broken clouds at 8,000 feet and scattered at 2,900 feet. So yeah, that could be fine. Scattered, yeah, 2,900. We will be flying at 3,500 all the way up until we start our final approach. Yeah, so that could be a little bit of a problem. In anticipation, what I will try now is see if we can find the ILS frequency. Maybe we can, well, at least attempt an ILS, or at least put in the frequency for the ILS, so that it will help us navigate. Terrain might become a problem in a bit. Not yet. I mean, we're absolutely well above what's to be expected, so that's no problem at all. But it's definitely rising below us there. Yeah, that's pretty low, 2,900, and we'll be slowing down from 3,500 feet or so. We could consider to dive below and do it around 2,500 perhaps. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. We got 2.1 nautical miles, so we're almost there now. Let's have a look at the chart here. Let's get the approach chart. Let's see if we can. The longest runway, it's 16 left, so that's going to be our aim. We're not going to bother about all this. We will have a look at the ILS frequency, which is 111.7. I will put this now, 111.7, in the... I'll use this as a scratch pad, 111.7. This one is now the scratch pad basically, and we will turn this on later. We're going to actually turn it on now, see if it picks up. Not really sure, I don't think so. But no problem, 2.9 is counting up, so we're going to switch frequencies now. And we go to the Seattle frequency, which is 116.8. We quickly double check. Yes, that's 116.8. Okay, so that's good. And here again, you will see the direction it's pointing. It's a thin needle, and indeed it's to our left. You can see it by this needle as well, which is representing the ground track. So all we do now is we switch it off and on again, and the aircraft should now be turning straight towards the VOR. Hey, way into adventures. Hey, it's so nice of you to come check us out again, man. You haven't been here for a while. Glad to see you're still live streaming. Hey, I'm really happy that you're joining our stream today. I hope you're well, and I would love to wish you all the best for this new year. But in the end, also every day is fine, you know. Wish you a very nice day, but also my best wishes to you and everybody at the Way Into Adventures. Really very nice of you to come and check it out. So we're flying the DC-6. We are about to land, or actually about to descend. It's good to be back. That's nice, man. You're always welcome here, Way Into Adventures. You guys are always welcome. Definitely do appreciate a lot. So we are, this is the situation. We are cruising at 12,000 feet. Our final destination is Seattle VOR, or Seattle Airport, Seattle Tacoma, which is at 76.4 nautical miles. So we should start considering our descent now. We were looking at the terrain. The weather conditions are not too great. There's at 8,000 feet there is broken clouds, and at 2,900 there will be scattered clouds. So, thank you, Way to Adventures. Thank you very much. So there'll be 2,900 feet. There will be broken clouds. And guys, you check check your ears and check the exterior. Look, we got the Pan American World Airways. Yes, right. And I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm sorry about your noise, man. It's so loud. Yes, the chrome is beautiful frequency. Absolutely. Check it out, man. Oh, look, and there's the moon. Oh, there goes the moon. Okay, but we got to get back into character now because we should really start considering our descent now. Let's have a look. Where are we? So 70 nautical miles. So I believe we can start the descent. So I will just simply request the artificial flight engineer to help us out a little bit as we're going to prepare for the descent. This part I'm always winging, so let's hope for the best, people. Yeah, so the livery, I'm not really sure if it's from, I might have downloaded it myself from the flightsim.to website, but it could also be that it's standard with the package that you get with the DC-6 from PMDG. Sometimes a little bit ignorant like that, I'm not really sure. I've downloaded a whole bunch of liveries. At some stage I sort of lose track. But there are definitely very nice liveries on the flightsim.to website, and this one could be from there as well. So if you like it and you have the aircraft, definitely go have a look there and give the developer a thumbs up. Or developer, the creator, if you will. Okay, so let's see. So we got Frequency as the channel moderator now. Welcome aboard, son, as they say in the United States. But I saw this option earlier and I completely forgot. Yeah, I'm a little bit hesitant with. I mean, look out the window. There's some mountains there and a lot of clouds. Let's quickly check the Skyvector website and let me see what is our DME off the screen. So I'm still in the cockpit. So 64 nautical miles. We're 64 nautical miles on a leg of 86. So we should be around here, sort of. And there's definitely 9,800. We could descend maybe to at least 10,000 feet. Right now what we're doing is going in a straight line, obviously. We should eventually, maybe it would actually be better if we fly towards this VOR. Let's have a look. I did not think this through. Hey, cheers, man. Yeah, so I'm wondering what shall we do, because we might need to divert a little bit or actually go to the right. This is 6,300. This area is pretty low elevation. The airfield itself is at 400 feet above sea level, but this area here is still a little bit high, so not really sure what's the best course of action if we want to survive this. We're 60 nautical miles. Way to Adventure says yes, you are over the terrain nicely. Yes, we're definitely, but you know, the question now is I want to start descending. So yeah, so we might, I think I'm stand by. What will I do? I will check the sky vector again. I'm selecting it so you guys can see it as well. We might leave this VOR for now, and maybe it will be safer. I do not believe they have a VOR there. They do? Let's see. Yeah, they do. So that's what we're going to do. This is what I was warning actually earlier. If we fly now, we will be probably around here. So we will not really have a very clear sense of where it is that we are. That's why I would have preferred to do this leg from here and not from halfway in. But it is how it is, such is life. We'll have to make do. But this would make a lot more sense. 4,500 feet in this field. Still we're looking here at 8,400, 9,000. Yeah, so we might have to descend in steps rather than all in one go, which is actually I'm getting a little bit nervous here. We could also just wait a little longer until we're around here perhaps, but nah, that would probably be too far, too late. Let's see what is the frequency that we chose here. It is 113.8. Let's put it in and let's just make it work. 113.8. 113.8. This is going to be our new friend. And let's hope it's picking up. Looks like it is. Or is it? No, I do not believe so. So this is interesting. We're still flying the same course. So for now that's at least steady, at least we know where we are. I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to overcomplicate things. We'll just improvise a little later then. So we switch back. Did I put it in correctly? So 116.8. So 116.8. So yeah, so we're just gonna keep on flying straight to the airport. We could even do an overhead, and then once we get overhead, we start our descent. It will be slightly longer, but the point is that we want to get, we want to arrive alive, right? So that's the whole point. So let's try and do that. Yeah, these clouds, man. I mean, clouds, and then there's all these mountains. I like mountains, but I do not want to hug them at high speeds. You know what I mean. So we requested the artificial flight engineer actually to prepare for the descent. While we are effectively still in the cruise stage now, so we are the speeds dropped a little bit. So it's also taking a little bit longer. But yeah, you know, we want to be safe. Yeah, mountain and clouds, exactly, frequency. That's, you know, it is not a very desirable situation to find yourself in. It does look pretty though. It does definitely look nice. Look at the turbulence, man. You could actually see the tail go left, right. That's definitely cool to look at, for sure. Okay, so we are 48 nautical miles. I'm just going to pull up the chart again to get some situational awareness. So this one's going to go. We delete the waypoint. There you go. At least we now should know where we are. We're about 50 nautical miles on a leg of 83 or something, so it should be around here-ish. If you look at the elevation here, let's see, 5,800. I'm a little bit hesitant. But we'll get closer and closer, and we'll see once we get there then. The first opportunity I see, we dive into it. Bumpy ride, fasten seatbelt. Oh, the fasten seatbelt light, is it on? We should definitely put it on. You're absolutely right. I forget. Oh, let's see. Let's have an overview. Yeah, it should be one of these. Let's have a look. Seatbelt. I believe it was still on. Yeah, it's already on. Good. Very good. Very observant way to adventures. You're also way into observing. I love it. So that's good. So everybody's strapped in. The invisible artificial flight engineer. Oh, let's wave. Hello. Look. Hello. I'm waving. I'm the waving chair. Yes. We're about to crash because we cannot see the area below us. But still, I'm happy and I'm waving. Okay, sorry. This is way too funny. This is way too. I'm enjoying this way too much. Okay, so let's get back into the character here. It's scary, man. I don't want to get down. Can we maybe not just divert? Can we maybe fly to Alaska or something? Yeah, I think that's actually the best course of action. What I said is we fly overhead and then we fly north. Let's see. So the current plan is we just fly straight to the airport. If you look at the surroundings here, it's not too high. It's 4,800, 1,200, 2,800, 2463. So basically, if we're flying overhead, we know that once we are, I don't know how long this is, at some stage we can definitely start descending. We'll descend straight over the airport, make a right turn, and yeah, take it from there. We did put in the frequency for the ILS. We actually may be needing it. And bear in mind, I am not very experienced in flying the ILS approach in the PMDG DC-6. In the end, it's all sort of the same stuff, but you know, it helps greatly if you have a little more experience in a certain type of aircraft. Take it nice and slow. That's very well put there, frequency. That's precisely what we're doing. The thing is, with this aircraft, you need some time for the descent, because after you descend, only then you can slow down. If you're flying the type of, like the Airbus kind of airplane, you put the engine to idle, and you do nose down, and you glide on down. In this type of aircraft with these piston engines, it's not something that you want to do. So basically, when you descend in these aircraft, excuse me, you descend actually on your cruising speed. That's the way you descend at 1,000 feet per minute, nose down, and you're just roaring the engines, you know. And then you reach a given altitude at which you will level out. And once you're leveled out, you will then start pulling back the power to actually start decelerating. So it works a little bit differently than it would, for instance, in the Airbus, where it's relatively simple. But that's the whole part of the whole point of the adventure, obviously, you know, like to get an aircraft like this and try not to use the actual GPS, so we're not really sure where we are. If we look on any charts, you know, we have to try and work it out. And that's fun, because then you hit these mountains and you hit these clouds, and you're like, okay, so what do we know? You know, so when you see clouds, you see what you don't know, and you have to work out what you do. You know, and you can do it by trying to work out, you know, we're like 30 nautical miles from the UR on a leg that's this and this long, you know. I want to check the ILS frequency, which I think, yeah, this is 111.7 is the ILS, so we got that. Is that picking up yet? A distance, probably not. No, but it's fine. You think it should be around. Oh, she is definitely a good old horse. Absolutely. Yeah, and then the actual landing is another challenge, because I've had more than one occasion where I landed and it would, don't laugh, but it would actually make a U-turn on the runway, and the simulator did not detect a crash, and I always fly at the, what's it called, the true to life difficulty settings. I crash. I mean, sometimes I run into a building or whatever, and it says, "Hey, no, Arkady, you crash," and then you have to start all over again. But it did, for some reason, it did not detect a crash, and this happened to me twice at least on stream, and it really looked like the tail started to hit the ground, but it did not crash. But I was quite bummed, because I was like, this, now I look like an idiot, you know, and it didn't even crash. Yeah, but it's something that I did wrong, probably. I mean, you know, what are the odds? I mean, if you know how to fly the sucker, then you know how to land it. Then something like that will not happen. So it's always a little bit of a challenge, I must say. The last few landings I did, they were actually fine. One was a little bit to the left. It was also a little bit guerrilla style, because I had to improvise at the very last moment. It was an airport that I was unfamiliar with, and there were some, it looked like optical illusion. This all sounds like excuses, of course, because I simply need to get more experienced. But it looked a little bit funny. I was like, what, am I seeing this correctly now? And I just decided, well, just going to dive in and see what's going to happen. So I took a chance, but it worked out. But I was a little bit to the left, slightly to the left on the runway. But hey, such is life. What can you say? Parking brakes. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened. I probably just panicked. It's probably simple psychology rather than operating the aircraft. Look, this is good news. The chubby needle has sprung to life as well, which means that we are in the range of the ILS. So this will keep on pointing at the ILS for us. We are 25 nautical miles from the airfield. The weather is it's a little bit improving. I believe we can. I'm going to descend. It's official. I'm descending to. I'm going to start with 6,000 feet. So what will I do? Disengage the altitude hold, and we do nose down. And we monitor this sucker here. It should rest at around 1,000 feet per minute, which is overshooting it a little bit now. And try to get them both into the view. And you see, it's not very stable, but it's really windy. So it's going up and down, which is affecting the rate of the descent. An opening, yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's what I was thinking as well. There's an opening, so let's just descend, because it looks like I would not expect any high mountain ranges now anymore. So it's a little bit a leap of faith. So believe the word in America is Geronimo. So let's just do it, and we'll start to go to 6,000 feet. You can see the speed is picking up now, and that's what I mean. You're just descending at cruise speed. So you're plummeting down. Let's have a look outside. See, the engine's still going. That's pretty hardcore, man. Totally love it. Let's reset the altimeter one more time. Okay, so that wasn't too big of a shock. So this is definitely good news. The ILS frequency is picking up. Does it have the DME? Yep, it does as well. So that's I'm happy to see that. You have here, there is definitely you can choose the approach. It should be able to to fly the approach, and I believe you can actually also see glide slope. And now you have the Barbara signal. It should change. I forget into what it changes really, but your glide slope will be displayed here as well once it is once you are intercepted. So that could help. Without glide slope is fine. I will land it, but most importantly we will need the horizontal the localizer. We need to pick up the localizer basically, so that you're horizontally lined up, and then then the vertical lineup we will do it ourselves. So I'm really glad to see flat elevation below us. What's this on the window? It's not ice, is it? Couldn't be. Is it maybe just a little bit moisture? I thought I saw something. Well, let's not nitpick. Okay, here we go. Here come the clouds. Hello, clouds. Here we are. Pan American 812 hitting the clouds. What's the situation? 10 nautical miles range from the airfield. So in a little while we will start maneuvering ourselves. Our current heading is 24 degrees, so we could maybe fly 300, then 350, and we come about to land on 16 left, which is the longest runway of the three. Your internet went out for a few minutes. Oh really? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear. Well, welcome back, man. Actually, my internet, while I was streaming about 25 minutes ago, I believe, it also went down a little for a second. My streaming software was telling me, "Hey Arkady, I'm trying to reconnect." I was like, "Oh, thank you so much," and then he reconnected. So we've all been there, man. Luckily, you were not buying tickets in some queue, and you had to start all over again. That would like totally suck. Okay, so we're 6,700 feet. I'm going to keep on pushing. There's definitely ice forming, and that's what I'm hearing. You can hear these cracking sounds every now and then. And definitely some ice forming, man. We could maybe do one more thing, and we just heat up the cabin. There you go. Cabin temperature, we set it for a lot higher. Hopefully every little bit helps, because we do not want to be in a situation where we cannot look outside of the window due to ice, because that is happening here actually to the left. So it's probably also happening here, although I do not see it yet, and that would be quite unfavorable. Yes, de-icing is on. Yeah, I didn't miss any one of them, they're all on. But yeah, it's a very good reasoning there, way to adventures. That's absolutely what I should be doing, so thank you very much. But yeah, this is, wow man, well, you guys are definitely way to adventures here. Look at this, man, the ice building. Oh my god, man. What are we getting ourselves into? And you know what's even worse? I need to pee. What do you think about that one? I need to pee. But they say psychologically people make the best decisions when they need to pee, because they're under stress and they're just thinking really quickly and and shifting. Okay, so we're at 5,000 feet and dropping. We have crossed the airfield 1.5 nautical miles ago, so we are now going to do a right turn. So I'm going to put it on the gyro pilot and engage a right turn to heading, let's say 30, yeah, 30. So it's turning here, you can see on this one. Basically we should get below 2,900 if the weather report is still accurate, and we'll level out here for now. So we try and fly away from the airport a little bit. We're at 4,000 feet. I'm keep on pressing now, people. Let me quickly be very risky and check the charts. 4,800 is coming up there, so I think I want to go north. That is what I'm going to do right now, because I have no clue when we are going to reach that point. So hard north, so a right turn before we hit terrain. So we're monitoring our horizontal situation there. Oh, look at this, it's getting clearer, man. Oh, I'm so happy to see this. Okay, 3,000 feet. I'm going to hold the altitude. There you go, altitude holding, and we're at straight north, so we're holding heading as well. And there is definitely some more clouds up ahead. Go pee. Oh man, it's still fine, but it's starting to nag. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you know, you want to land, but we want out. But luckily it's not that bad yet. But I must say, if we were still in cruising, I would definitely have gone. Okay, so speed is 180. So let us click the abort for the descent for now, which means that we can slowly start decreasing our speed manually. Maybe go 21 manifold pressure. Let's see if we can get this speed down a little bit. Oh, check these clouds, man. This is scary as hell. The ILS is almost behind us, so we could consider doing a right turn in sort of the near future, because honestly we have no clue where we are. We do know we are 10 nautical miles out, so it's perfectly fine to stretch it to at least 15 nautical miles. We are still holding altitude. That is quite important to know. Speed is still dropping ever so slightly, but it is definitely dropping, so that's good. And what's the situation for the ILS? It is slowly getting behind us, but not yet. So let's just keep on following this altitude, this heading for now. That's the quickest way to get this needle to go to where it should be. Or at least I would hope and assume so. So the speed is getting a little lower now. We're still safe. We do not want to get too low, so we do have to be wary. I'm going to initiate a right turn. Turning right. I'll choose heading 60. Let's have a look outside at the airplane. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, what's our heading? Oh, we are overshooting, man. Okay, so let's set it straight again. Should not be too much of a problem. There you go. Let's see if we can... Oh, we have to be really quick now. ILS frequency, I believe. No, it is 1. Oh man, I had to put it in here actually. Okay, let's be really quick. 111.7. 111.7 and activate it. And then we click localizer. And hopefully the aircraft is going to try and do we have a visual yet of the runway? No. What's our range? We have no range. For now that's actually good news, because it means that we are still at a safe range from the airfield, so we do have some time to prepare the configuration. 102.7. Let's quickly double check here. 111.7. Ah, thank you. 111.7. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so very much. There you go. And there you go. You can see glide slope. This is going to be messy. I'm going to click approach. Just see what the aircraft is going to do. The altitude is dropping. Oh, these are exciting moments, man. 12 nautical miles out. The ILS is to our left, and I believe this is the aircraft turning right because it wants to line up, and now it's turning left. It's lining up, it's lining up. Ooh, this is exciting, guys. So nice of you to stick with me in these exciting times. Look. This looks a lot better. I'm not very familiar with the area. I have landed here in an Airbus a couple of months ago. What's the speed? 120. So the artificial flight engineer do the in range. Speed is getting a little low, but it's fine. We are not lined up yet. So the aircraft is definitely trying. There's the runway. The left one, that's ours. So, okay, in-range checks are complete. So we do the before landing now. Flaps to 20. Oh man. Was it there? Yes, you saw it. Airspeed is okay? Yeah, it's fine. It is slightly low. We are raising, we're climbing a little bit. I'm not really sure why. But I'm worried a little bit more about the lining up, but we're at 9.5 nautical miles, so that's good. Let's quickly check. I'm not really sure what you should do with the auto. Let's. Range 8.9. Great timing for clouds, I know, right? Luckily they got the lights there, but it is exciting, it is exciting. Before the landing checks are complete, man, 8.4 nautical miles. I really would like to be configured for landing. Speed is getting low, So I'm gonna definitely have to put in a little more here. As soon as we can get any kind of visual, we're just going to... we're way too close, look. But at least we are getting closer. Man, this is really difficult. We'll have to do a go around. Try to descend out of the clouds, maybe. Yeah, I think you are right. I'm not really sure. Oh, I'm panicking. Help. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay. Is the aircraft lining up itself now? Speed is picking up a lot, but from now I'm happy with it. More flaps. Okay, bear with me, people, because we're setting this sucker down. The autopilot goes off. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. I think the sim is crashing again. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me. Oh man. I think the sim is crashing. This happened with my previous stream as well. Around the same time. Getting out of the clouds. Yeah, I mean the mouse still works, Windows still working. And I'm always a little bit scared now to press buttons, because if it is trying to process something, it will take time, but if you then start pushing buttons, it really will crash. So it's always like a catch-22 kind of situation, but if I go by my... No, it is crashing, man. I'm so very sorry. This is such a bummer. Let me turn down the sound. Man, that is such a bummer. That is really such a bummer. I mean, we were doing quite well. I felt like, okay, now I'm going to disengage the autopilot. The speed was fine. It was a little bit high, but you can get it down, especially with the barn door flaps that you have on this aircraft, because that will slow you down a lot. It will create a lot of drag, and the gear is already down, you know. So I could have, well, set it down. That is a definite bummer, man. So let's play a very dramatic chord now. We wanted to land in a Microsoft Flight Simulator, but it crashed again. And what do you know? It was not even a pilot error. Not this time. No, not this time. This time again, it was the Microsoft Flight Simulator by Asobo Studios. Because they know how to design software to make everybody feel great. I think it was a great setup for landing, honestly. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. I agree. I definitely agree. It looked fine. There was time. The airfield was getting closer. It was definitely getting closer, and there was still time to maneuver. The lining up was fine. You know, maybe a little more left, a little more right. That wasn't the biggest concern. Now the biggest concern was basically slow down and get the approach attitude correctly, and that's definitely doable at the range that we were from the airport. I bet it was the weather rendering that crashed it. Right? Could that be? Yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm not doubting what you're saying. What I mean is, I'm not really sure about my system. It's i5. It has 8 cores. I have GTX 1650, I believe, off the top of my head. 16 gigabytes of RAM. So the the NVIDIA is 4 gigabytes. Should be fine. I'm on high settings. When you mentioned going around, I agreed because the clouds were just difficult. But when you came out, yeah, exactly, precisely that. I also thought let's go around. But then we burst out of the clouds, and it looked like, oh man, we could still make this. So the first thing, if the autopilot's not doing what you want it to do, you turn it off and you fly the aircraft yourself. That's precisely where we are now. The mouse still working. Yeah, okay, I think you can see the mouse, right? Yeah, and which one? Where's the button? This one, that button. So I pressed it. Yeah. Oh, I'm so bummed. I'm gonna have to play some happy music, people. We're flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're flying Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're crashing our game. Okay, can any of you guys come up with any lyrics? We were going to nail it. Wait, what? I'm on an i7 4790K with a Radeon R290X, and I only put the rendering scale down. It made a lot of difference. Okay, so what's the rendering scale? Because I will definitely have a look at that. Yeah, we're going to nail it, and the game crashed. Not as good as you can come up with lyrics. It crashed. It looked so good. Flaps get. Oh, thanks. It's so nice that you. I love it. Thank you so much for. You're both are so engaged in following the progress of the flight, man. That really, I honestly appreciate it a lot. Definitely. Let's do some little gypsy music. Oh, frequency, you'll show me later. There's a slider. Yes, in the graphics options. Yeah, so to put the rendering scale down, you said, right? This is the type of sound that you should play now. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm really very sorry. You guys were so genuinely, amazingly engaged and following. It felt like we were flying this thing together, you know, and which is was a really cool experience. So a very genuine thank you to both of you. Yes, I definitely really appreciate it. I make a lot of jokes when I'm streaming because that's who I am. I like doing, but in all honesty and sincerity, thank you so very much because it's really made a very big difference in the experience. So a genuine thank you. I'm not going to get too soppy here, but but I would needed to get it out. So what else is there? Oh yeah, you said something about the abandoned in the previous stream. Let me get my phone because I cannot really see. We made a video with an abandoned C-47 in our Zilgeva video. Oh, that was in Croatia, wasn't it? If you want to see it later, it was okay. I will definitely check it out. Way Too Adventurous. I will definitely check that out. When did you upload it? Just so that I can let me get rid of the game sound for you guys. I'm sorry, it might have been a little loud still. When did you upload it? Because then I can maybe find it a little bit quicker. No sweat buckets about it. It was really fun. Yeah, you felt like it too, right? Like you were exactly. You guys were like on the flight deck with me. It was so cool. Might join Funky once or twice. You'll hear me. Yes, that will be cool, man. We've been planning this for a while. Frequency and I. Croatia, yeah, sorry. Okay, so about 4 months ago. Hey, can you, if you can, I'm not really sure if you could, if you can post the link here in the chat. If you can post a direct link, then please feel welcome, man. Just do it. If you guys gonna keep on chatting for a little bit, well, it's all up to you, but I really need to pee. I will be right back. I'm so sorry. Okay, so my sincere apologies for for urinating on the stream, on the live stream. Not sure if anyone is still there. If so, then thank you so much, and hopefully it's quite a unique experience to have this streamer step away and have a little pee in saying actually so. Oh, your internet quit again. Oh, it sucks, man. When you watch the video, you'll see my son. Oh, that's so cool, man. Okay, that's so cool. Yeah, if you can, yeah, and feel free to paste the link here into the chat if you want. Please be welcome to do it. Not even sure if it's possible but I would assume so. And otherwise, we'll look it up in any case. I will look it up. Need to reset your computer tonight, and it keeps. Oh, yes, and yeah, if you haven't done so, also reset the. Start by resetting, I would say, the modem. You know, just like really completely resetting it. Not only just keeping it off what you said, not like switching it off and on, but actually performing the official reset for the modem. That usually will help. And you could also try maybe instead of reinstalling Windows, maybe see if you can remove the driver. The driver for instance, the Wi-Fi, if that's what your problem is, or if it's the LAN, the cabled connection, then that has a driver as well. Just remove the driver and then restart Windows. Not shut down and then start it, but actually choose to restart. It will then reset everything, and it will see that there might be. It will then see, hey, I have this Wi-Fi card or I have this LAN card on board, and it will start by installing a generic driver. That's the standard troubleshoot, but. Yeah, so maybe you have done it, but if you haven't, then at least now you've heard it. You know, I wouldn't want to keep it from you. So that's something obviously that you could try as well. Hopefully you'll get it fixed, man, because it sucks if if internet keeps going. It's so 90s. You know what I mean. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate it very, very, very much. Again, I really, actually, yeah, I already said it, but I really, really appreciate the level of engagement. It was just like you guys said. It's almost as if we were sitting right there on the flight deck, you know, all together doing it and living it. It's a very, very nice experience. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, look, because of the previous crash, I made a little crash screen. This Microsoft Flight Simulator crash was not sponsored by Asobo Studios or Microsoft. Just I got a little cynical and sarcastic when this happened. Now you guys were here and you guys totally cheered me up. But yes, okay, so guys, I'm going to end the stream. Thank you so very, very, very much for hanging out. It was an absolute pleasure, with no joking. It's absolutely cool. So I definitely appreciate it. Do come back again. I'm looking forward to seeing you all next time. And well, I think that's about it. I'm your personal funky scene pilot, so do check back soon. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. Thank you very much for checking. See you next time.